Give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. The honors to the elders and apostles for the edification and knowledge. The Wadiyah Ba'Shem Yeshua for putting the spirit of the elders and apostles so we can learn, be edified through this truth and knowledge. Call Haliyah Yah Ba'Shem Yeshua, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yeshua, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. I want to go to Revelation 6, chapter. Number 12. We'll read 12 through 17. And I beheld, when he had opened the sixth-sealed angel, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. So that's what's going to happen. The moon is going to turn sackcloth dark, like sackcloth, and the moon is going to become as blood, man. And that's pretty much the parts of the signs that's to come, man. We're seeing a lot of changes in the moon, for example, but this is really what's going to happen in the latter times, man. The moon becomes sackcloth. Shalakia, the sun becomes like sackcloth. The moon becomes as blood. The stars and constellation, they fall, and the earth moves to and fro, man. That's the things that's going to happen, man. And ultimately, that earth moving to and fro is from the earthquakes and also the nuclear missiles, man. Leviathan, relating to in Job 40, 41. And the stars in heaven fall into the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs when she is shaken out of the mighty wind, man. That mighty wind ultimately is the nuclear missiles, man. The earth is going to literally move to and fro, man, off its axis, man. These are things that's going to come upon the earth, man. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of its place, because everything's going to be shifted out of its place from that great earthquake, man. And things that's relating to the missiles and different things is going to move everything literally off its axis, like the earth be moving like it's the scripture talk about the earth is be moving moving to and fro, like a drunkard, man. So it's going to be pretty much staggering. Shalakia. And the kings of the earth, ones in power, and great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hide themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, starting with the elite. They're going to hide because of the judgment that's coming, man. They try to hide from that judgment, man, starting with the elites, man. The banking families. What inspired this is watching that video relating to Switzerland, where they were protesting outside that castle. But that the Reuters report, that's the Swiss Chateau, not the Rothschilds. According to that report on the Reuters, that's the Swiss Chateau in Switzerland, which is really owned by the Rothschild family, man. That was on the Reuters thing. I'll show you. So, we'll read some scriptures. It said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. So they rather hide under the rocks and deal with the Ba'Shem Yeshua, man. There's judgment upon them because they ultimately know a judgment is set for them, man. That's why they're going to hide under these dens, these special fortresses, these things, space, these things that the super rich elite are developing to, hide, because these special bunkers and different things, because they know what's installed for them in the future. They know what's going on, man. And they also know the people know what's going on, man. Let's go to number 16. And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. And that great, number 17, for the great day of his wrath is come. And that's related to Yahweh Shemashah, son of his son. And who shall be able to stand? And that's a question. No one, man. Let's go to go to 2nd Esdras 15 and 16, relating to that video talking about where they were protesting outside and water was sprayed on those people in Switzerland at the Swiss Chateau. Like I said, by the Reuters report, that's owned by the Rothschild family. So I'm going to read a few scriptures. Number 14. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, a warning for destruction, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And that's what's going to happen against certain nation of people, fighting against another nation of people, swords in their hands, guns, different things. That's part of that division as well. Think not that I come seeing peace on the earth, but a sword. Matthew 10:34, also 21:51 of Luke, as well. Number 16, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they putting the power back in their hands, and they're not regarding the kings and princes. You see in videos, you see in constant protest, freedom protests in various countries all over the world, man. Pretty much people standing up saying, one says, no comply, no comply. In New York and different other states here, and in various other countries and other places, man. So the people are standing up, man. Because the people know what time it is. Number 17, a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able to. That's martial law, man. For because of their pride, the city shall be in trouble, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. They're going to be afraid because of the state and condition that's happening, man. Things that's happening. The atrocities, pretty much the state and condition of society, man. So men, women, children, they're going to be afraid because of what's going on and what's happening. 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. A man ain't going to have no pity upon his neighbor in that day, especially when supplies running low. They talk about in UK a food shortage. Ultimately, next place would be Babylon, which is here. You have barges outside where supplies are at in the water, but they're not coming in. You know what I mean? So, and that interferes, and so we have a supply food shortages, man. These things are going to be a trickle-down effect, man. Now, the media and all that never say nothing about it. They downplay everything. They distract you with other nonsense of news, man. But there's a lot of other things behind the scenes that's going on, man. Such as a food shortage, potentially. That's going to escalate and come here. So they manufacture other things to distract you with, keep you from understanding what's really going on behind the scenes. Go to 19. The man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread. That lack of bread is going to lead to famine, which is going to lead to cannibalism, and a lot of ugly things for great tribulation. And that's the times we're in, man. Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, alas, and never a time that never since been since Jacob's trouble, man. But ye shall be saved out of it. That talks about the elect. Go to Jeremiah 16:16. It's Jeremiah 16:16. But I will send for fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. So they fishing now. They fishing for all different types of fish, man. They're using the bait, which is the truth and knowledge, to lure in all types of fish, man. And after I will send many hunters. Those fishermen which are at peace are going to become hunters, man. Whoever they may be, relating to, Lord willing, whoever it may be. They're going to come after specifically the elect. The elite. Related to the banking families, because they're going to be trying to hide from judgment, man. But the Lord's going to put a spirit on them to pretty much snuff them out and get them, man. From their hiding, man. And bring them, put them in 149 of Psalms 8 and 9, Psalms 2, 8 and 9, Psalms 149, 8 and 9, Revelations 13 and 10, Revelations 2, 26 and 28, Isaiah 14, 1 and 2, Isaiah 60 and 12. That's captivity. So they're gonna bring them out of their hiding, put them in bondage, man. Put them in fetters, which are in pretty much chains, man. And that's starting with the elite, the banking families, man. That's scripture, man. They're gonna be put in fetter irons of chain, man. Let's continue reading. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. So remember, the elite saying, hide us, let the mountains fall and let the rocks fall from the one who's on the throne, man. You know what I mean? So they trying to hide from judgment, man. But those fishers that going to be turned to hunters are going to seek those elite banking families out and put them in bondage, and put them in bondage. They're gonna find wherever crack and crevice they hide it and put them in bondage, man. Because they're gonna have spiritual powers. The Lord's gonna put spiritual powers on them, and they're gonna seek them, and they're gonna be able to find them, man. It might sound like a cartoon, sci-fi, or movie or something, but that's what's gonna happen, man. Let's continue on. Psalms 149, 8 and 9. Psalms 149, 8 and 9. Give you examples. Psalms 149, 8 and 9. I'll go to the point. To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. So they're going to be putting irons and fetters of chain, man. That's the elite, man. Starting with the banking families, the one who 1% runs the whole 99% of the world, man. Because with money you have power. And with money and power, you control the world, man. Go to Revelations 13 and 10, another example. Revelations 13 and 10. If any man hear an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, which are the prophets. So that's called recompense, man, or divine justice. Let's go to Job 5 and 12. Job 5 and 12. I'll go right to the point. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, which are the wicked, and their hands cannot perform their enterprises. Their enterprises, what? Their endeavors, their desires to do certain things. Pretty much the New World Order, man. The NWO. Nova Seclorum Order, or Nova Order Seclorum. It's a New World Order, man. That's the enterprise, that's their agenda, man. Let's go to Job 20 and go to Job 24 and 5. Job 24 and 5. Knowest thou not this of old, since a man was placed upon earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short? So the triumph of the wicked is short for a moment, man. And the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. Go to, let's go 19 through 23, that same chapter. 19 through 23. Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, which are the righteous, because he have violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. And you look at historically what it was taken, resources, lands that were other people's, and other people pretty much killed them, terminated them, and took their stuff, man. So historically. (19) again, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits, which is pretty much a place of difficulty. And every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. 23. When he is about to fill his belly, and Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. So when he's enjoying that meal, the meal of success, the meal of fulfilling his enterprises and endeavorments, there's going to be a minor hiccup or interruption in that enjoyment relating to the wicked enjoying that meal, man. So he's going to end up throwing it back up, man. He's going to end up regurgitating it back out, man. Go to, let me see, number 24. He shall fire from the iron weapon, and how in the bow of steel shall strike him through. Now that ultimately be, I guess symbolically, the missiles, because that's what's ultimately going to pretty much take down his kingdom, man. You know what I mean? Because his enterprise is to continue rulership. Psalms 49:11. Inwardly in their inward thoughts, they believe their houses will continue from generation to generation, man. So their goal is to enslave, control the people, and to continue to be godlike, a megalomania, which is someone who's neurotic, one who has a godlike complex, if you look it up, and pretty much continue to rule, man, because in their hearts they believe they will continue for ever and ever, man. Psalms 49:11. For I sit a queen, I shall see no sorrow. So that relates to that pride, man, related to Revelations 18. So they believe they're going to continue forever, man. But they don't know that the Lord has set a timetable of bounds they shall not pass. Job 14:5. They forgot to read the small print of the contract. All right, let's continue on. Let's go to that video. That was just a few scriptures.
Gegen friedlich demonstrierende Leute. Circa 20.000 Leute auf dem Platz. Unglaublich, was momentan abgeht dort in Bern. Unglaublich. Es stehen immer noch Leute auf dem Bundesplatz. Immer noch.
That is relating to that Reuters fact check. Fire at the protest outside the Swiss parliament, not the Rothschild castle. Swiss capital for the Chateau in Geneva, owned by the Rothschild family. So it's the Swiss capital. That's what that building was. Owned by the Rothschilds. Because they own a lot of stuff, but sometimes they don't always directly, indirectly have their name associated with. Just saying. Like PGA, Electric, they have something to do with that as well in California. So they kind of, I guess use dummy names to conceal, certain things. Anyway, this was something short. This is Brother Zayab, Brother Zayab. There's a few scriptures. I hope it helps whoever listens. And I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yoshua, Bashem Rakakadash. Thanks for listening. Shalom. Thanks.